Yeah, it's so, it's one of those heartbreaking moments that's ingrained in your head that'll never go away. But the strange thing. Oh, let me start at the beginning. I was the referee assigned to that match versus Owen versus the Godfather that night, and Owen was, for those who aren't totally familiar with the story, he was to descend from the rafters, and I don't know the particulars about the harness and all that, but apparently it was a quick release system that they had set up for him, and something went wrong. And right before the match was to take place, they had a hardcore match. I went to the ring early to help them clear some of the stuff out, and I was holding the top rope, kind of kicking stuff out of the ring, working myself towards that corner. When I heard a scream. I don't know what it was. A lot of people say it was Owen screaming, "Look out!" Basically, I don't have that. I can't definitively say that was what it was, but I heard some screaming, and I felt something brush against the side of my head and shoulder. But at that same instant, the top rope had snapped out of my hand, and it came back. So I didn't know if it was the rope had broke or somebody was throwing something. So I was kind of did, like a ducking mode, like what's going on here. And when I turn around, I see Owen laying there in that corner, and I didn't put two and two together. It didn't, you know what I mean? You're just, you're shocked. And I knelt down and I kind of called to him a couple of times, and there was no response. And, and I saw King coming over, and I just freaked out and started, we need help, because there was no response, nothing. His eyes were like wide open, but there was nothing there. And, the paramedics came in. They immediately started the chest compressions and stuff like that, got him on the stretcher and got him to the ambulance. And I followed them back and watched them load him in. And, again, I remember stuff like that distinctly, but then afterwards, I don't remember stuff like that. Was in Kansas City, Missouri. The next night we were in St. Louis, Missouri. I don't remember going from Kansas City to St. Louis. I don't know if we drove, we took a plane, a bus, whatever. I just don't remember going, how we got there. I just remember the next day when I got to the building, I ran into King, and he was the one who told me that he saw the last, like 20 feet or so of Owen's fall. And it was Owen who brushed up, against my side. And that's when it really hit me really hard. And then, then I ran into JR, who was head of talent relations at the time. And he said, "Are you okay?" I said, he says, "We'll send you home." I said, "No, I think I need to be here." You know what I mean? I think I need to be whatever everybody else is doing. I need to be doing, you know what I mean? And he said, "Okay." He says, "But if you need anything, you come to me." And then I ran into Taker, and Taker, same thing. He says, if you need anything, you come to me, and stuff like that. And later on that day, of course, running into Vince, and Vince came over and gave me a big hug and said, echoed pretty much as he says, "Are you going to be okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm here with everybody. I guess I'm going to be as okay as I'm going to be." He says, and he said, "You need anything, you need time off, you let me know." And under the problem though afterwards was I started to have this guilty conscience, because I was thinking about how fortunate I was in this circumstance, and then started feeling guilty because there's a family that lost a son, a brother, a husband, a father, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking how lucky I am to not be another part of this situation. And again, now I've got those guilt feelings, and that was hard to deal with for a long, long time.
Yeah, it was that. I remember watching that show in Ireland live over here, and it was surreal. And I was still fairly young at the time, so I was trying to grasp, is this what it seems like? Because I would have only been 11 at the time.
Wow.
And it was definitely the saddest night in my memory of watching wrestling, for sure.
Yeah, it was a tragic night that unfortunately will forever be etched here.